everyone, it's Caroline from Mind and Muse Crafts, and I've just come back today. First of all, it's February the 14th while I'm recording this, so I did want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate that kind of thing, in the sense that where I come from, which is the island of Puerto Rico in the Caribbean, we celebrate Valentine's Day more like a day to demonstrate, to recognize, to show appreciation for not only true love in the sense of people that have decided to be partners in life, but also in the sense of friendship. And so it's called, where I come from, El Día del Amor y de la Amistad, which means the day for showing love and friendship. And so you guys are my friends, and I just want to show my appreciation and gratitude for all the time we spend together, because you come here and you press that play button and you sit for a while and listen to me chat and kind of like try to chat with me through your comments. And even if they're not written comments that you put underneath the description box of this video, they might be just verbal comments where you shout out to me a word that I've forgotten, or you say, oh yeah, I remember that type of thing. So I am grateful for your company, and I'm grateful for your friendship. And I hope that today you have some time to spend also with somebody that you appreciate a lot and who also appreciates you in return. So happy Valentine's Day, and thank you for being around. I wanted to start off today's episode by reminding you that I am not in my normal environment. I am not at home in my cozy and sometimes even uncomfortably humid environment. But I am at my son's home in New Hampshire in the United States. And if you've been here and seen any of my previous videos, you know that I have been planning for a while to come and have a stay with my son because of the fact that they had a baby recently, a baby who was born way too early for his time and has needed a very long stay in the hospital, but got back over a month ago. And so I'm here helping out with the day-by-day attentions that he needs, and also to accompany them because of the fact that they will be moving. They will be moving shortly, and they're going to need some help there too. So my dry skin is back, and chapped lips are back. And I really actually believe, I don't know, can you see it, that my hair has actually turned grayer and whiter? So I don't know, but isn't the cold supposed to like preserve you? But I don't know. I've seen wicked signs of aging over the past couple of weeks. But it's been good. It's been good being around my grandson, and I've had, I guess I could say that I had the surprise this morning that when I went in to see him, he received me with a smile, and he actually looked directly at me, and you could kind of like tell by his facial and body movements that he was recognizing me. So that was a treat. That was a treat. And there have been many of them, little improvements in his health and small changes in what he is capable of doing. And so it's been good being here, and I've been having a nice time. It's also been good because I've been, every once in a while, when it gets warm enough for me, let's say 38, 40 degrees, I can handle that with a heavy sweater on, and I can go out actually and have some nice fresh air walks. Because another thing that I have not gotten used to over the years is this being closed in the house where all the windows and you're just kind of like breathing maybe recycled air or something. I don't know. But I really miss at home where I can always just step outside the door into the fresh air. And well, we do that frequently. So yeah, every once in a while I'll do that here. And sometimes my son will go with me and we'll just walk. And I've done a couple of clips, some videos for you to share with you. Not because you guys don't know what snow looks like, a lot of you, but because you haven't seen me in that environment. So here's a clip sharing you on one of my first walks through the snow. Well, first of all, hi everybody, Caroline from Muse Crafts, and just to show you that I arrived safely at New Hampshire on Sunday. And this is what it looks like around here. So tomorrow I will be taking a test and making sure everything's okay. So I don't feel anything up to now. I'm okay. It's been very, very, very cold. I think it's been -11, -10, 20 degrees like that. And today's the hottest day, the warmest day it's been. So I decided to go out for a walk instead of just walking the treadmill inside. So we'll keep in touch. So I decided to take a trail. I don't know if you'll remember last September when I came with Clarissa. We walked down the same trail. Obviously there wasn't any snow. So I decided to walk down and see what I can see today. So this might not seem like the safest path to follow. It's along the edge of a river, and seems to be there is some ice, but there also seems to be that a lot of people walk this way. So I'm hoping it'll be okay. So I've been living in the tropics for practically all my life right now, at least more than half of it. And so, yes, wasn't appreciating the cold that much, but I was raised in New York, upstate New York, as a matter of fact, so we had some pretty fine winters up there, and so it's not that I've never seen this before. And coming back to it is really brought back a lot of memories, and just being able to get out and breathe the fresh, cold air in the contrast to the hot, humid air of where I normally live. Well, it's been great for the spirit, and I'm hoping that great for my body also. Well then, I hope that was a nice surprise. I hope you were not afraid for me. It was a very nice walk through the trails, and I've had other very nice walks around the neighborhood, and there are small roads that go around in loops because it's a residential area, and so you can go around and come back to the main road again. So it's all been nice stuff like that. I did lose my glasses on one of those walks. How do you use glasses? Well, I usually don't take my glasses with me when I go for these walks because they're the only pair that I brought with me, and I obviously don't want anything to happen to you. I can't read, I can't crochet, I can't see very well from a close distance if I don't have glasses. So I didn't want anything to happen to them, but lo and behold, I went outside. I forgot that I had my glasses on when I realized them because they were getting all foggy, I took them off and put them inside my pocket. But I also had my camera in my coat pocket. And so one of those moments where I took out the camera to record something for you guys, they fell and I did not hear it or feel it. And it wasn't until I got back home, I was alone on the walk that day, so until I got back home when I started looking around and said, put my hand in my pocket and realized that I did not have my glasses. So my son and I went out to look for them, and I had done about almost an hour's walk that day. So luckily I suggested, let's go this way, and that was the right way to go because we didn't have to complete all the walk over again. But the thing was, I was like just saying to him, I mean, I really don't know how much use I'm going to be because I really can't see what I'm looking at. So lo and behold, we walked past it in one direction, but then on the way back, when we turned around, he went in front of me slightly. My son went slightly in front of me, and I was looking down. I walked looking down a lot here because I want to watch out for the ice and make sure I don't slip. Plus, I was actually looking for the glasses at that moment. So I saw in his hands, hey, that looks like my glasses. And I realized that, yes, he had found my glasses. So that was something that I really am glad that did not actually turn bad. That did not actually go bad. So there have been other things. So I'll talk to you about simple things that I'm able to share with you in terms of crafting. Right just before I left Puerto Rico, I was able to, well, first of all, before I take them off, I'll show you, if you haven't seen them up close, these heart earrings, heart-shaped earrings that I made quite a while back, years ago. I only wear them once every year, mostly. Or if I'm at home, we might do a Valentine's Day weekend thing, and then I'll wear them for more than one day. But over here, I've only worn them once today to share with you. And they've got a pearl in the middle. I've tied pearl onto it. They've been hardened with glue. And I find that sometimes that process has to be repeated because over time they kind of begin to get soft again. But these are still okay. So before I left, I made these earrings. I don't know if you'll remember that I was thinking about, I wanted to make a pair of mandala earrings. And so this is it. I will, as always, try and write in the description box that is beneath this video the links to things that I mentioned here. For example, I made this from a YouTube video, and I did save it, but I saved it on my phone, which I am using to record with, so I don't have it right at my fingertips right now. So I have used 2 colors of Aunt Lydia's cotton, and the darker one is Lion Brand's. It's a very, very thin lace weight, and it is made from wool and stainless steel. And so they no longer make it. It was discontinued. But when it was discontinued, I purchased a couple of cones. It comes in a cone. And I've made things with them before that I've shared with you. And then the beautiful, sort of like, I guess, royal, is that like a royal blue beads that I had purchased a while back when I was with Clarissa. One thing I found out, I did try to stiffen these by the same thing I always do. I just mix glue and water in equal amounts and brush it over it. But I found that the wool would not stiffen. The wool did not stiffen. It won't like fold over because of the fact that it's got steel in it, but I can feel a real difference between the cotton that is stiffened and the wool that is still very flexible. So I didn't know that. I did not know that. So I will have to look up to see what can be used to stiffen wool, because I would like it all to be equally stiff. But anyway, those were the mandala earrings that I made before I came down. And I'll just put them on for what's left of the podcast so that I can keep sharing them with you. And I really did enjoy making them, and I really did enjoy making something in change of color, which I usually avoid. Can you do this? Can you put earrings on without looking? I have a hard time. I have a harder time with one side than with the other. I think that always I have one hole smaller than the other. But there it is. My mandala earrings. And I'm very happy with them. And I'll put that link in the description box below, just in case any of you would like to try it. Her earrings are one color, I believe. But it's not that difficult to end around and change your color and all that. Okay. So what else did I want to share with you? I wasn't able to bring a lot of my crochet because, like I had foreseen, I only had 40 pounds to bring with me, and you get to 40 pounds very easily when you're carrying winter clothes. So I wasn't able. One thing I did bring back with me was, and I don't know if I've ever shared it on this podcast, was this my poncho. And this has a name because it was a pattern by Crafty Treats. Here it is. It's called the Desert Irony Poncho. This is Total Style Craft DK, and I had a bunch of DK Style Craft because I had ordered it to join in on Sandra of Cherry Hearts, Sandra Paul's A Spice of Life. I don't remember if it's A Spice of Life or A Spicier Life, the second time that she did that cow. And we were going through the series of the hurricanes that hit us that year, Irene and Maria. And by the time the yarn came in for Elizabeth and I, Elizabeth was already on her way out, and we had just lost the heart to do that. And so it stayed in my stash for a while until I saw this poncho that Crafty Treats, the design that she wrote up, and so then I decided to make my own. I might be able to put this on really quickly. Can I? Probably not. Let's see how I did here. Here has been a problem here, I'll confess, because I feel there's a lot of static in there, and so I'm always getting shocked. And one of the things that happens is my hair in this corner here tends to really stand up. But anyway, here it is. You can make it as long as you want. And I kind of added that the wide change of color at the bottom to go with the collar. Oh no, actually, it wasn't invented by me. She does that too. She does that too. Sorry. Taking credit for that, but I didn't realize. But anyway, yes. That is that kind of tealish color, I don't know. And so it was very easy to make. You can see it's granny stitch. And I put a link down below because I really can't remember the names of the yarns that I used or the how much of it I used. But it has been a pleasure to use here because of the fact that it's been cold, and there are mostly I use it when I know that nothing is going to be happening, that I won't be in the kitchen, or I won't be maybe bathing the baby or changing him, because it's long enough to kind of like get in the way. And in the kitchen, you know that it's all acrylic, and so acrylic can catch fire, so I really didn't want that to happen either. And so, but in the evenings when we cuddle up to watch TV, it is really nice to have this on. It's like walking around with a blanket. Speaking of, I can actually give you an update on my swanket. I have worn it a couple of times. I wore it to come down here, nice and heavy, but look at that. I don't know, will you be able to catch this on screen? Look at this. It pills like crazy. And a halo is okay, but I really was not happy with the fact that this yarn, of course it has acrylic in it, but it just goes to show you that it's not a very good quality acrylic that they put into it, because it just peels. Anywhere there's friction, anywhere where, you know, you get rub against it, your sides, the bottom, the sleeves, it is peeling a lot. And that's very unfortunate, isn't it? But it's not extremely unfortunate, because I figured that if anything goes bad, I'm just going to cut my Snoopy off and I'm going to hang him on the wall. So Sheepya's Katona is not cheap. It's not a cheap yarn. And because if you notice, my Snoopy is fine. Because I made Snoopy in, you see, you can't see the pilling there, but you can see it on the, because I made my Snoopy in non-pilling acrylic. So I guess that's the way that I'm going to go from now on. I guess that's the way I'm going. If you want something that you're going to put in the wash and you're really going to use it a lot, or it's going to get a lot of playtime with kids or children, pilling is not pretty. And I do have at home one of those fancy gadgets that you use to clean off your clothes, but I didn't bring it with me. So yeah, that's really upsetting. Because I've only worn it a couple of times, and look at that. So, an update on that. Well, we've also been shopping, so I've been able to purchase some things here. For example, I got this beautiful sweater. It is machine knit, okay, but I mean, nothing wrong with machine knit. Use a machine to sew, so why can't we use a machine to knit? Unfortunately, there is no machine that crochets, so that we must do ourselves. But I'm sure the machine did this faster than what I would do. But it was a steal from here. They have TJ Maxx, and it was marked down for $6. It's very warm, and it's got, notice the fashion trends. You can look at a lot of patterns, crochet patterns or knitting patterns online right now, and there's a lot going on with puffy sleeves, and there's a lot going on with textured, changes in textures from one part of the garment to the other. And I think that's very attractive. Well, I was also unhappy with it because, I mean, okay, it was a steal, but I will need to fix it because on one of the armholes here, It is, if you pull on this, I've put a little, actually it was a marker, one like a pin that came with it from when I bought it, because this is all coming out. And although you can see here the stitches, it has all come out. So I'm going to have to take my crochet hook and do some grafting, graft these two sides together. If not, I'm going to end up with a big hole in a sweater that, although it was not very expensive, is very pretty, and I'm really hoping that I'll have a chance to use it several times. So I didn't make it, but it is knitwear, and so I wanted to mention it here. The only other thing that I was able to make was my Ivana sweater, my Ivana vest. If you remember, the Ivana vest is patterned by Crochet Cakes in coordination with We Crochet Official. So you really need to go to their site to get it. She can't put it up on her site yet. But I've got a couple of pictures here that I can share with you. She has several photos also on her Instagram feed. You can go there. That is the front. And this is the back. And I believe I was working on it maybe the last time that I spoke with you. It is an easy make. It took me longer because, taking care of the baby, I really don't have all that much time here to crochet, and I really didn't bring that much with me. So, but here it is. I think it's super cute. I've basically followed all of her instructions. Remember that I was holding, for this 2 yarns together, I was holding together this, which is this is Hermione lace weight, and the other one is the yarn that is cotton silk that I used to make my Mother of the Groom dress. And I had leftover, and so I've held them together to create my Ivana top vest. I keep saying top, it's a vest. I guess you could make it into a top if you wanted to. And so it is worked here horizontally, up and down. It's linked double crochets. And then you turn your work 90 degrees, seam the sides, and add the straps, the back, and in addition to that, I added a ribbing at the bottom because I just thought that to make it a bit longer, because it is cropped, and even though I was using a 5mm hook, and I was using basically maybe the cotton silk is a DK with the lace weight. Maybe I was using a light worsted 5mm hook, and I made this in a size 4 because the other one that I made, I tried to make it in the same size Clarissa had made it, and it was a bit too tight at the underarms. So I made it again, and I added because I'm just a fan of finishing things off, and I thought that would look cute on this. So not going to change into it now. My plan was to wear it, and I went out a couple of times while I was here to purchase just the right blouse that would go under this, because I wanted it to be a blouse that had a white collar. And one of the trips to, again, TJ Maxx, they had a kind of like shirt that I was looking for, but it was stained. It had stains on the wrists and up here. It actually just looked like somebody had spilled coffee on it. my daughter-in-law was with me, and she said, well, I have some fantastic stuff at home so that I can get out the stains from the formula milk of the baby. I think it would work on that. It was $6. And so I said, okay, I'll take it. Took it home. She washed it with her magical formula. It came out nice and white. It came out beautiful. And I tried it on. It fit me. Nice white shirt. Fit me very nicely. But I decided it should be ironed before I put it on. I did not read the material it was made of. I thought it was cotton. It wasn't. And this is what happened. I scorched a beautiful, well, maybe not beautiful, but the blouse that I needed, I scorched. Scorching doesn't come out, guys. I mean, you're burning the material, so that was it. I never even got to try the blouse on. I never even got to wear it with my vest, and I already have no shirt to wear with it. But I did put on the blouse, I did put on the vest, and I did make a short video for you because I wanted you to see it. And you'll notice that I'm trying to hide my arm in the video so that you can see the arm that I didn't burn and the one, not the one that I did. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I think it looks neat. And I'm very, 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 very upset that I ruined a nice, inexpensive blouse. So I don't know. It might take me a while to forget and buy another one. We'll see. The only other thing I've been able to work on is, of course, my knit sock, because it's the only other thing I brought with me. And got a bit of an advancement to what I was showing you the last time. I can make the gusset. After the gusset, I don't know why, I always feel that the gusset drags on. Then I'll have a heel, which is another part that I feel is still very intimidating and takes forever. But after that, it'll be gung-ho and over with. And so I don't know yet if they fit my son, because I did try them on from a distance, but he hasn't been still enough for me to try and try them on him, because I'm seeing them very long. But we'll see what happens. I'll try them on before I make this second one, which will probably be a good thing. And basically that's what I've been up to. I wanted to go and stop by a yarn store, or at least Joann's or Michael's, and get some yarn and make a new project. While I'm here, I'm going to try just working on one project monogamously, because it's basically, I really, like I said, don't have a lot of time. You've got small babies, and small babies need attention, and especially him. He's a special small baby, and he needs... There are just some days where he just sleeps all day, and other days where he's up and about. And so I have found that this house also is really dark. So the space where I'm usually in, which is down in the living room, is particularly dark. And this is dark blue, and so I can't always work on it. So I'm going to try and get something a little lighter. Maybe I'll get an Easter make going. if the baby sleeps on the trip down, my son is planning on driving down to Alabama. So I might have time to crochet on the trip. So I'm going to plan that out, and I'll be back hopefully at the end of the month. If I were to come back at the end of the month, we will still be here because the move is planned for March. And so, yeah, I'll hopefully be able to share that finished sock once and for all, and maybe some Easter goodies for you all. So, I'm alone in the house. That's why you don't hear any baby, because they've gone to a doctor's appointment, and so I'm alone. I've been alone for a little while. They should be back soon, but maybe I can do a walk. I can get 30 minutes of walk before they come back. So until I get to talk to you again, keep yourself safe, keep yourself healthy, and keep happy. Bye for now.